Yo, it's Coach Ed. Got the insights, no boast. From the rookies in the youth leagues to the seasoned pros, ladies ballin', fellas fighting all around the globe. Breaking it down, dynamic. You know, tune in, listen up. Don't wanna miss the flow. It's Coach Ed Reed and Attack the Sports Show. From the courts to the field, he's got the stats. Dropping knowledge is where the real fans at. So stand up, get ready for the play. Wave your arms in the air, let's hear you say play. Coach Ed, our mentor on the mic. Breaking down the game, every highlight. Analyzing plays, court the turf the like. Youth leagues, college dreams, pro spotlight. Tackling the flats, defense or attack. He's got the vision, shows you where it's at. We grab the scoop, no stone left unturned. In Coach Ed's realm, the knowledge earned.
Peace and blessings, everyone. It's me, it's Coach Ed, coming to you today with another episode 20, Coach Ed's Reading Attack Sports Show Live. Thank everyone for being here. I really appreciate you. Thank you for all my associations, my partnership, everyone who believes in me. You know, you guys continue to drive me and give me a great platform. I got a lot today that I want to talk about, some very important things that I want to go over. So really appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. Make sure you guys do all that great stuff like but what I want to do is get right into it and talk about some of the things that I have been going over in terms of the sports world. And the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about the Tyreek Hill incident. And for those of you who don't know, yesterday, Tyreek Hill was headed to the game for the Miami Dolphins versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the police pulled him over. And ultimately, he was removed from his car, put on the ground, 4 police officers around him, one on his back. He was not resisting, and he was handcuffed. And I know most people have said that, you know, with this situation, because of Tyreek Hill's past history, okay, you know, you wonder what led up to this. You know what, rightfully so, fairly, you know what, I can understand that logic. What compounded the incident was one of his teammates was driving by and pulled over to see if he can assist, and he was put in handcuffs, Calais Campbell. And everyone says NFL, Walter Payton, Man of the Year. He's always a good guy, no issues, no problems, but yet and still you put him in handcuffs. Now, they were released right there, and they went on to the game, okay? And the police department has issued a statement that the police officer in question, basically he's on desk duty or something to that effect, okay? This bothers me because you had an incident earlier, Scotty Scheffler, and the incident was stemming from, for Tyreek Hill, the incident was stemming from a traffic incident. Okay. Scotty Scheffler, earlier, if you guys didn't hear, golf tournament blocked off. They were letting people in. He was rushing to get there, dipped to the side of the road, was going up, felt he identified. There was an incident. He thought he said it was cleared to go. Cop said, no. He was instantly removed. He ultimately was removed from his car and handcuffed. Now, he was not put on the ground. Now, he was taken down to the police station. And, you know, from there, his lawyer came out and got him out. Okay, charges ultimately were dropped. But where this riles me even more, and I'm not one who likes to throw the race card in there. I've had my fair share of situations as a black man in America. Things that I don't talk about. But this is indicative of the mentality of some, not all in law enforcement, not all police officers, but some. And it's a problem. If this man, okay, you removed him from his car, you want to detain, why are you putting him on the ground? If he was not resisting arrest, why are you putting him on the ground? That's disrespectful. That's demeaning. That's dehumanizing. Why? I have family members who are in law enforcement. I have some great friends. One of my mentees who I mentor as a football coach is in law enforcement. And I worried about him a few years ago because there was a major shootout in Jersey City and he had to put his life on the line for people. So I understand the importance of the law enforcement and what they do and how difficult of a job it is. But when you have a black man who's out here not resisting arrest, you removed him from the car. Okay, don't know what happened on the traffic stop, but you removed him from the car. And to ultimately put him on the ground, yeah, it's a problem. It's a major problem. And when are we, as a society, as a community, going to stand up collectively and speak out about this? Forget your politics, forget your social economic background, all that other stuff. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk about, the things that go on in Tyreek Hill's life, but this incident is wrong. And then to compound it, you want to put Calais Campbell, who is a stand-up dude, in handcuffs because he's checking on his teammate. It's a problem. What's up, Steve? Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, you're right. It is getting more and more difficult every day. And you have certain cops, good cops, who are apprehensive, and I get it. But one bad apple spoils the whole barrel. You have a voice. I understand those of you who want to support the police. I support the police 1 billion% when you're doing your job right. When you're out here protecting people and putting your life on the line, yes, give them all your support. But when you got power-hungry, egotistical people, police officers, acting in this manner, every news media has said Tyreek Hill didn't do anything. He did not resist. Let me rephrase that. I don't know what happened to the traffic incident again, but he did not resist arrest. But you're still going to take him and put him on the ground. But yet and still, Scotty Scheffler at least had the courtesy to be handcuffed standing up. And you wonder why black people in America feel there's a major double standard and are apprehensive and are afraid at times of the police. When are we going to all stand up and fight for change, man? Because as this title that I put up here says, it is a life-changing mentality. Every time I'm in a car, whether I'm driving or riding, I hearken back to the incident that I've had to experience dealing with law enforcement. And I was never a problem person when it comes to that manner. But when Are we all going to stand up and speak out? You all have a brain. You all know what's right and what's wrong. When are we going to stand up as a community, as a nation, as a society, as a world, collectively, and demand the changes necessary to make it safe for everyone? I'm not talking about making it safe for the guilty. The guilty go through the justice system and pay your debt to society accordingly. But a traffic stop, I don't care if there's words, if he called him a derogatory name. Some of you police officers, you need to stop power tripping, man. Because I hate it bothers me when people say I pay your salary. But ladies and officers, yeah, the public pays your salary. If the public wasn't paying taxes, you wouldn't have a job. That's the reality. Yes, crime would be out the wazoo, but the bottom line, stripping it all the way down, the people pay your salary. So at least give people respect. And if people are not respecting you, sometimes you have to understand why. Even if I get stopped, I am always respectful to police. If I feel that there's some type of injustice, yes, I'm going to speak out. I'm going to question things, but I'm not going to put my life in danger, and I'm going to go through the court systems to handle it accordingly. But when you have people who do that to put someone on the ground, it's a problem. It's a major problem for me. And I'm tired of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired of it. 57 years and I've seen a lot. Some people, minorities who, you know what? They break the law. And I get it. It makes it difficult for some police to weigh the narrative. But this, first and foremost, you know who Tyreek Hill is. And if you didn't, there had to, out of the four of you, you all have to know who Tyreek Hill. If you run his plates, you get his information. In your computers that come up, you even see an image of him. There's no justifiable excuse for this, man. Now, if you want to get this cop training, you want to suspend him, you want to take away some of his pay, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not saying fire the cop from this, because that doesn't do anything to help the situation. It just creates more animosity. But get the proper training. That cop should sit the hill, if he's willing, and Calais County and have a discussion and hear their side of it and how they feel or felt, how they felt about the situation. And hopefully we can move forward from this. Yes, Steve, you're right. And I agree with you. It doesn't help. It compounds the whole situation. But we got to start somewhere. We really do. Because if we just, well, it's a problem over here, so that justifies it's never going to get better, and it's going to create more issues and more problems, and innocent people are going to get hurt. So that was my take in reference to the Tyreek Hill incident. I'm going to move on to the next segment that I want to talk about. And it stems from in college, it stems from coaching. One area that I've dealt with 40 plus years. And this weekend, two incidents in terms of coaching that I have issues with. And I call it how not to coach. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you, man. Deion Sanders and Brian Dable. You two have disrespected, in my opinion. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion. But they both have disrespected the coaching profession Deion Sanders, what you're doing to Colorado, it was already a problem when you got there. And I understand you were trying to change it in R. But what you have done is shown people a level of favoritism. And you're building your program around two people and just, or three, if you want to include Shiloh to a certain extent. But you were given favoritism, taking favoritism to a new height. You were supposed to be brought in there to build up that program. And when I sat and I watched that, and I streamed that or did a watch along for that Nebraska Colorado game, the first year I understood. I accepted the offensive line, the issues, everything. I get it. You're trying to strip it down and build it back up. Cool. I'm with you on that, Coach Sanders. I really am. That's the right way to go. You know, like you said, coming in, you're coming and you're bringing your brand of people, and every coach will do that, and that's fine. But you're in year two. I've heard that, transfer portal. You attack the transfer portal probably more than other schools. I get it. Hey, you're trying to get it up to a certain level. I understand what he's doing. I don't like it, and I get it. He was trying to get this program up to, you know what? I'm not going to say an elite level, but he was just trying to get it up to an average level through the transfer portal, because that's how you also can recruit and get a lot of these kids in. When you're losing, kids don't want to come, period. Case closed. Or the kids that do come, they're looking for a free education, to be brutally honest, which, I get it. That's fine. But you're not going to have the talent that you really need to compete at a high level. So I understood that. Totally understood that. What's up, Q Bureau brother? Thank you. Yeah, we're seeing that, bro. We're seeing that, and it was despicable, man. But in terms of Coach Sanders, that offensive line and the inability to have any semblance of a running game. You had none against North Dakota State, and you had none against Nebraska. And if you look at the rest of their schedule, I'll be honest with you, I see possibly 3 wins. You had 4 last year, so that's a regression. I also see why kids are running out of there. Yes, you're, all the glitz and the glamour and all this and that and the PR and all that you're doing. Yes, I see what you're doing, but a lot of those kids, they come in and then they turn around and run out. That's a bad sign. That's not how you coach. That's not how you build up the program. And then how you address the media. They're your voice to the fans. Yes, some of them may ask some difficult questions. I get it. They may personalize it. You know what? You go to the editor of that journalist or that a beat reporter, whoever it is, and you talk to them. Either get me another journalist or a reporter, please, because or let your PR department handle that. Everything right now is a strike against it, because Coach Prime, people want to see you. A lot of people want to see you fail, and you're giving them the ammunition to do it. And Brian Dable, for those who don't know, yes, I'm a New York Football Giants fan, and I've said today that I've given him the fair amount of chance, man. Anyone who knows me, I'm very optimistic. I try to be very positive because I understand the coaching profession. I understand what it takes. You stripped Kafka of play calling for this. They did not look prepared. Yeah, Nimar. Dable, the play calling, the coaching, lack of adjustments, which is what I'm getting into, is atrocious, man. It is a complete atrocity. Um, Dable is just he's not it, man. You know, look, Daniel Jones, have your opinion on him. I get it. On the players, whatever players, like I have my, you know, I joke, that Evan Neal is my son, you know, but I see talent in him. But I am now questioning the true development of all these players. This Brian Dable has been around Bill Belichick, been around Nick Saban. So he knows what it takes to build a winning program. He knows. There's no misunderstanding it. What's up, Deception Man? Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Um, Again, everybody, you know the routine: like, subscribe, notify, share, all that good stuff. Appreciate you. But Brian Dable, to be the quote unquote boy wonder when he was coming in here as a coach, an offensive guru. Before I opened this up, I just opened up and I took a look at the first couple of plays, the schematics. First play, some of there was on the right side, the way that Minnesota attacked the blocks. Literally, if you looked at all the players who were receiving the blocks on the right side of the offensive line, they all did the same exact move to avoid the block, which stopped the running play for a minimal gain. But again, there was no adjustments, though. That's the thing. I'm watching the game late, and Brian Flores is putting the safeties at the linebacker level. You had no safeties deep. None. Any coach from Pop Warner to high school, junior high school, all levels of college, NAIA, Division III, Division II, FCS, FBS, they all know when they do that, you attack them deep right off the bat. I don't care if you two players deep, you attack that middle of the field to send a message to them. And Minnesota said, Brian Dable, we don't fear your offense. Let alone all the other things that they were doing. They weren't heavily blitzing like Flores likes to do. And there was no adjustments made. None. I'm sitting at home saying to myself, why are we not doing this? Why are we not doing that? Yes, I've coached for 40 plus years. So yes, that's experience. Not at the NFL level, not at major college level, but I'm not stupid. I understand what it takes and how to coach and how to adjust. And Brian Dable, you got completely taken deep in the woods, and they took a tree trunk and they whooped your ass. Plain and simple. They whooped your ass. And personally, I can't accept coaching like that. Not from the highest pinnacle, not from quote unquote a former coach of the year. Yes, I'm being extremely hard. Extremely hard. Because this type of coaching, I can accept at youth football. I can even accept at the high school level. A high school level for a young coach. You've been in the business long enough to know this stuff. Yeah, the defense wasn't any better. I was expecting a lot more. In my film study, I was expecting a lot of movement. I didn't see a lot of movement on the front line. I didn't see the stunts. I didn't see the twists. Nothing. I didn't see the tackle end twist or end tackle twist. I didn't even see the interior defensive line twist. I didn't see you slide the defensive line one way and have a linebacker or safety come off the edge that often. I think I saw a handful, maybe off of two hands of blitzes that Bowen showed. You played back so much. It was literally 7-on-7. But we expect, and what did Minnesota do? Eventually just take away Dexter Lawrence. Their tackles pretty much rode our edge around the horn. That's all they did. That's really all they did. They really didn't have to do much. There was no adjustments coming from the coaching staff collectively. And it is disgusting. It is disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the profession. It's disrespectful to the fans. You justify everything that everyone has been negative about this organization prior. You are justifying it. And Daniel Jones, his play was equally as atrocious. Now, if I give way in terms of percentage of culpability, I always give more to the coaches because the players are going to go out there and run what the coaches call. And if you don't allow them to adjust, they're going to just run the plays that you want. That's it. There are a lot of things that Daniel Jones did not do well, a lot of them. But same thing with the offensive line. The receivers weren't really getting open much. Defensively, the defensive backs were letting receivers for Minnesota go pitch and catch on them all day long. This was an atrocious weekend for two coaches that I have been keeping an eye on and was hoping, because I'll be honest, I was hoping Coach Prime can help to continue to he did elevate Colorado from 1 wins to 4 wins. So I was hoping maybe he can get to 6 wins and get to a bowl game, but he's not getting there. He's not getting there. He'll be lucky if he gets 3 wins. And he'll be lucky if he lead the program. You at least be headed to Florida State, but that you flush down the toilet based on what I saw there, because you can't recruit and get the talent in there, not even through the transfer portal. And then Dable, you're a joke of a coach. You are a joke of a coach. And if either one of you want my number, you can hit me. You can hit me, Skies Papa 72 on Twitter, and I'll get it to you. All my links, everything is in the description. Y'all can reach me. And don't have to be public. It can be a private conversation. I'm not about that. But I'll say the same thing I'm saying here to them, man to man. This is a joke, and it is disgusting, the level of coaching that I'm seeing, starting with these two. If I can have an opinion later on that Tanya Pierce not going for 4th and 1, 4 quarters rated on 16, this does not happen. You know what, Steve? I didn't see the game, so I can't speak too much of that. But based on what you just told me there, I need to see more. I need to know the time frame on the game. Where how much time was left on the clock in the 4th quarter. Where were they? Were they in the plus or the minus territory? Things of that. What personnel did they have in? Because if you don't have your big personnel, in 4th and 1, is it a true 4th and 1, or is it more 4th and a yard and a half? How were they playing during the course of the game? Was their running game as effective to allow them to get there? So, did they have, how many timeouts did they have? Again, that goes to how much time left on the clock. Did they have their 3 timeouts? So I get it. I understand where you're coming. I respect your opinion, where you're coming from. For me, I need more information to really, give an informed decision. So, so there you go. That's it. But I'm very, when it comes to game management, see, this is the thing, any players, will tell you that who has played for me. Down and distance is the first thing that I preach. I always talk about the down and distance. The down and distance is the key to a lot of things you're going to do offensively, or defensively, and how do you scout the opposition and the flow of the game. So again, I need more information, but hey, if it's, you are running the ball and he didn't go for it, yeah, but if not, I mean, I also try to attribute to, he's a young head coach. there's a lot. I've been there. I've been there. So thanks a lot, Steve. Appreciate that. So, but getting back to those two. Um, right now, I've said it earlier today. Maybe it's my emotions talking when it comes to Dable, but I'm done with him. Um, to be brutally honest, I want him gone. And I'm being hard. But I don't usually talk like this when it comes to coaches because I understand the coaching profession. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he changes it around, and you know what? He creates a big pie and smashes it in my face, and it drips down all over the place. So um, right now, Steve, I'm going to say yes because I haven't seen much. I've seen more being a hothead and his reaction and, sometimes the temperament in dealing with the media. First of all, you're in the New York market. It's going to be brutal here. The fan base is going to be brutal. We saw what they did to Daniel Jones yesterday, leaving the stadium. Don't agree with that with the fans. You want to be in the stadium and boo? Yes. But to seek out him and attack him, verbally like that, you know what? You know what? Go to social media and voice your opinion, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of spaces out there on Twitter, X, however you categorize it. There's ways you voice your opinion, pardon me, towards Daniel Jones. So, but that's just how I see it. So, and to continue on with the Giants, sorry, as you see, I said it right here. Right now, the Giants are a giant mess. And I ask the question, how are you feeling? Angry, sad, embarrassed? You're tired. I mean, I've started right there in terms of, the Giants as it is right now. Right now, this is a giant mess of a show right now. And I'm trying not to put a lot on Shane right now. He has his level. Don't get me wrong. Everybody right now has their percentage in terms of the mess that is the New York Football Giants, the joke that is the New York Football Giants. Dable is coaching as DJ is to a certain degree. Yes. It's like he wishes he had Josh Allen. I think more of Dable never wanted him. He really wanted him gone after the first year, but he played him into the playoffs. And, people, some will say, and I said it, he was pushed into, what, you have to do it. Look, you gave him a 2-year contract, or basically a 2-year contract. Everyone says 4 years, 160, but 2 years. So literally you he's also lost his confidence. Um, in a sense, he's seeing ghosts, pun intended. Sam Darnold was on the other end who's talked about seeing ghosts in the past. Well, every time Daniel Jones second guess, he starts to make a play, a pass, and then pulls the ball back and looks for another way, especially on the short stuff. I do apologize, guys. I hope you guys can hear me now. Let me see. Am I still breaking up? Looks like everything is good. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, Steve. But yeah, this organization, right, is a total mess. It's a complete mess, and I'm being nice when I say a giant mess. I know other fans have taken it to a lot higher level, and you know what? Everyone has their right to their opinion. I'm disgusted right now, and a lot of it stems with Dable. Because you're the head coach, you're the face of the organization. What's up, Alex? No Metcalf for the Finance James to win or be. Hey, good point, Alex. They got to put it on. What's up, my brother NYG? If you're around, let me know. I'll shoot you link before, we'll get. I know you're doing the game tonight, so but if not, I mean, I'm talking about a giant mess, which this organization is. Because they literally are, as you saw in my last segment, in terms of how not to coach. Well, this continues with Ryan Dable. His coaching. What's up, Wells? Thanks for tapping in, brother. Kayvon, and you know what? Deception, yes, they all do. Every last player needs a reality check. But also the coaches, like you guys are right to attack the players. So I'm not discrediting that. But as a coach, I go after coaches hard. Alex, yes, it does start with the ownership, but the ownership you can't change. So, that's why I'm not going after the owners. And, okay, he can strip everything right now. You're right. Strip everything. All right. So let's do it. I mean, Shane has this level of culpability. Namara does. They all do. So I'm not sitting here saying, but I put a lot of the ownership on the coaches, especially the head coach. The head coach sets the foundation. Everyone feeds off of him, even management, because management will get him the players that he needs so he can coach them up. So that's where it starts. And it all starts with Dable. It starts with his temperament. It starts with his game management. You strip Kafka of play calling. Okay. And I said it last year. If you strip Kafka, you might as well just fire him, personally speaking. But you kept him around. So so let me see. What's he saying? Kayvon sitting here trying to be like Strahan and Pearson and trying to avoid questions soft. You know what? Guess what, gentlemen? Doesn't that stem from from Dable? Dable is avoid certain questions. He gives you attitude. So the players are only reflective of leadership. I'd feel more confident if I saw some really good reps from DJ, but it was mostly bad. But yes, and here's the thing: do the players, or are they starting to lose faith in Dable? Hey, I'm not going to say he's. No, I'm not. I will never say he's Strahan. But yeah, the mentality in this organization, it's soft. You know what? It's beyond soft, man. It's beyond soft, man. I'm trying not to be profane because y'all know me. When I start getting profane, I get very vulgar and the coach comes out of me. What's up, man, Cave? Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support as always, man. Nothing but love and respect for y'all. But yeah, it's soft mentality. It's a soft mentality. And look, there's going to be those who are going to come after me, but I don't care. I've coached 40. I mean, just because department. Where's the PR department that prepares you for this? See, these are the things that I'm getting at. So if the PR department is preparing them, the coaches and the players, and you're still falling into biting the cheese, all right, you want to talk soft mentality? Yeah, soft mentality. What's the old saying? If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. But right now, these cats are showing they can't make it in New York. They can't, which is why this is a giant mess, man. Every negative adjective you want. You're angry, justified. Sad, justified. Embarrassed, justified. Furious, justified. Tired, justified. Fed up, justified. Hell, I'll even go as far as, if you have the kahunas and you want to go, up the table and smack them upside the head, okay, justified in your feelings. I am not advocating violence, but I'm talking about your feelings. I agree, Alex. I've been Crusoe Mary and received a lot of pushback from fans, but this is on Dave. Exactly, NYG, because he sets the foundation. That's the thing I want you guys to understand. Alex, I mean, I know you know this, but a lot of others, where, they want to throw it on Daniel Jones, or they want to throw it on Shane. The head coach really is truly the CEO. ownership will give you enough rope to hang yourself. They're the true CEOs, but as the face of the organization, except for the Dallas Cowboys, we all know it's Jerry Jones. The head coach is the face of the organization. Management gets you the players so you can coach them up. Period. You talk, they may be your boss, but they're going to get you the tools so you can be successful. Just like as a coach, you're going to give the players the tools and the skills to be successful on the field so they can produce. But it still starts with the coach. Coaches, how are you teaching them? What are you teaching them? How do you teach them to adjust to certain situations? So nobody is safe from my scrutiny. But Kayvon, do you have to see? I mean, you guys are talking about Kayvon, so unfortunately, that's why I'm like, I didn't see it, but I'll go ahead and check it out. I've been focused on my anger at Dable. I have to be honest. Should he? If you're done with him for the season, yeah. But if Dable's going to say he gives him a chance, man. So and I get it. Is defeated, and if he is putting your Alex, I'm with you. Yo, if you can't handle it, get the hell out of New York, man. As I was saying, get the hell out of Dodge, get the hell out of New York. I won't say this. If you're doing that, you're basically playing to try and quote unquote say tank, because I don't believe in Locke either. And DeVito, so the quarterback in play in this organization. And look, it's not about all the quarterback play here. For me, it's not. Go back to and look at it. If we're running short, nothing but short route patterns, there's no separation. We're not attacking this team deep. Even if you're just trying to give them a threat, this is coaching. It all starts with coaching. Players can't do anything if the coaches don't allow you. The second you do something outside of what the coaches want, because I've had players do it to me. You know what I tell them? Sit your ass on the bench. Period. Case closed. You ain't playing no more. So the power is with Dable. Game day, it's with Dable. And also Dex shouldn't be. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I saw that where, he's in a sense attacking the fans. Take a clue. And by the way, I'm not against people taunting DJ. They didn't throw tomatoes at him. You know what? When you seek it, that's the problem. If you weren't doing it prior to that, if fans were always there at the beginning, I have a problem with it. You can do it on social media, man. Whatever. You do it in the stadium, fine. Because here's the thing, Alex. Fans are going to push the envelope. And next thing you know, somebody's going to try and jump and attack him. Seriously. I've seen it enough times to know New York fans are crazy. We do get crazy. And somebody's going to push that envelope, and they're going to try and do something they ain't got no business doing. I would part ways with Dable. And look, you won't get any feedback from me right now. I'm done with Dable, basically. If he changes around and wins a Super Bowl, all right, I'm ready to stand there and take my punishment, throw eggs at me, throw pies in my face. I'm going to stand there and I'm going to take it like a man, because I'm saying this now on this platform. Well, you know what? I'm not afraid of being a big boy. Spoke on Tips post-game comments. He needs to man up. So, you know what? You guys really have me intrigued, so I really have to take a look. Dable ain't that dude. Yes, Jones is bad, but Dable never takes the blame. First of all, it was Wink, then Kafka. Good point, NYG. Everyone else, well, according to Dave, he said it starts with him. So I will give him, he did say it starts with him. But yeah, it starts with you, homeboy. Your coaching adjustments, which is what I heard. Steve, I'm not even confident about that, man. Here, that's my unpopular take. Shout out to my boy, Unpopular Opinion. That's my unpopular take. I am not confident that we can beat the Washington, as you say, Menders. I'm not confident we can beat the Commanders, as you put it. You know what's my problem is, Coach? No beat writer was talking when Kenny Galladay was taunted in 20. Kenny Galladay was taunted after the game in the same format as Daniel Jones. because I never heard it. Because I would back that up. I would say the same thing that now. So and I know you're talking about beat writers. So I'm talking about me. So ZJ, they send the guard. I'm talking about any players, and it's not just DJ. It's all players. They already have enough. You know what? You know, I'll say this. Why the Giants? You know what? Build an underground parking lot for the players so they can drive in and out of the stadium, and they don't have to deal with this. That takes care of that problem. So, but that's my problem. That's my thing. Okay, hey, again, I didn't see it, Alex, so I can't talk to it. So, and to me, it seems obvious that Dable doesn't trust DJ. If that's the case, eh, deception. Excellent point. Excellent point. Which goes to NYG talks about this conspiracy theories, because and I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but you're justifying it, the logic with it, because it's like, well, why the hell are you doing? Because I can't explain why they're doing what they're doing. I really can't. Like I said, in coaching the game, if your opponent on defense is bringing your safeties down to the linebacker level and having nothing at the third level, they're daring you, and you don't attack them. We talked about Malik Neighbors. Where was Hyatt? I get maybe, okay, he's not consistent, but the speed alone will force the defense will feel this. Y'all have to say this. When it comes to defense, defensive backs feel speed first. You just need to get them on to get out of their back pedals quickly, turn their hips, and turn and go. You can attack them intermediately still. No adjustments. There's some of the concepts. It's an atrocity, man. You know how I feel about the quarterback. They should have gotten better. Right now, I'm going to say this. They need a new whole coaching staff. I'm sorry. They need a whole coaching staff. Not to mention how bad personal decisions. Yeah, guys, like I said, what does the title say? This is a giant mess. It is a giant mess. I'm not. I mean, not like a player, but you need to respect them as a human. DJ isn't arrogant. Yeah, guys, Alex, you mad at KT for not answering the question, but you think it's okay to heckle players out. Um, why was McFadden injured, but he was active? Why was I can't explain why Simmons wasn't playing. I get it, man. I get it. Um, Alex, you said that's the thing because it's closer. I'm telling you, bro. This is our chat. So you guys are a part of this. So it's just fine. This is what the content is about. So, but I'm gonna say this, Alex. I've seen it, bro. And you're in New York City. You know it. Some fool is gonna just take it to another level, and they're going to jump the rail, and they're going to go after a play. They're going to go after someone like DJ, not Dexter Lawrence, because they know better. They know better. Dexter Lawrence was most of those the big body guys would just destroy them, but they're going to think Daniel Jones, you're the quarterback, blah blah blah, and you're going to go after him. So that's my only concern, protection wise. Now, if you want to say you put up, big paneling or whatever, plexiglass, and the fans are there, okay, fine. Then that you're right in that regard. But that's my only concern in reference to that. People chant Avuve at Yankee Stadium and talk to the opposing on the field and talk about nobody brings that up, but it's blown. I'm not okay. You're talking to him about DJ. I'm going to reiterate, Alex. To me, it's not about DJ. It's about all players, and it's about safeties. Well, I'm pissed off. Yeah, we all are Mets. Yes, that stuff can lead to. Exactly, it does. We live in North Korea. That's a good one. I'm sorry, Mets. That was a good one. You went political with it, but you got it. You got it. So, and I don't like politics. And underground tunnel. There are other teams that have it, so the players can get in and out. Yes, you're right. And we all can agree to that. Play better, and this stuff won't happen. 1 billion%. So, um, as you see, y'all see how the Giants are, an enigma. So, last thing I wanted to do before I get out of here, because I know the football game will be coming on soon. I want to talk a little bit about the NBA. And in terms of the last playoff spot, that's really what my focus is on right now. Also, thank you everyone for your conversation, in reference to this, the giant mess and the coaching, how not to coach. You guys have been fabulous, but getting into the W right now, they're coming down to the wires. Literally 5 to 6 games left for some teams. And the 3 teams fighting for the playoff spot are Chicago, Atlanta, and Washington. And as you see, they're two games between each other. Chicago just ended Dallas's year with the win, especially when it was big because Angel Reese wasn't there. So it is showing they have the tools. The question is, who do I think is going to get in? And I honestly think it's going to be Atlanta. I just don't think Chicago has enough. Washington is just there, but they're going to fizzle out eventually. And I think it's going to come down to Atlanta and Chicago. And my money is going to be on Atlanta. Atlanta, with Ryan Howard, Hillman, Tina Charles, they have a little bit more in terms of player abilities to get there. So right now, I'm putting my thought on. I'm sorry, you guys. Let me clear this out. Didn't realize I had this up blocking. Sorry, guys. There you go. So there you go. You got Chicago right now, technically in the 8th spot. Atlanta in the 9th spot, and a game behind Chicago, and Washington 2 games behind Atlanta. So I put it right now on Atlanta. I think Atlanta will make the final push and make it into the playoffs. So oops, sorry, let me close this. Alex, it's not about DJ, bro. This ain't right. If it's you guys are still talking storyline from an NBA channel called Awful Coaching. You basically, yeah. Wait, the last sentence. If a player beat up a fan. Oh, okay. DJ looks scared out there. So you guys go ahead, continue on. But yeah, in terms of the W, that's what I think is actually going to happen to finish out the season. I think Atlanta gets in, and they're going to end up playing New York. For me, it would also be a good closing story because, Tina Charles used to play for the Liberty. So, what better way to go into the playoffs and starts against New York. So New York, I think, right now is in the number 1 seed, so, and I think New York is going to basically within the next couple of games secure it. I think they have 2 games against Dallas, and they have Minnesota after that. Then they have Atlanta and then Washington. So I think within the next, they're going to win at least 3 of the next 4 to end up securing the number 1 seed because they're literally 3 games over the Lynx right now. So they still have a tough one with the Lynx. Lynx have had their number all year. Connecticut, is in the 4th spot. They can still catch up, but I don't think they can catch New York. Vegas, I think is, it's going to come down to Vegas and the Seattle for the 4th and the 5 spot, and I think they're going to be playing each other. Indiana, is doing a good job. They're playing well. So I think they're I don't want to say they're comfortable, but they're close to securing that number 6 spot. So, and then Phoenix right now is the only other one that's secured their playoff spot. So that's how I look at it in terms of the WNBA, in terms of their positioning for the playoffs. So if you guys have your thoughts, definitely put it out there. I'd love to hear, what you think. I'm also going to, as we get ready to close out, I do have a little bit of time. Let me make sure I caught up. Packlin, if somebody throws a banana at DJ or a player in general, that's where Yes, you're right. But that's the point, Alex. That's what you don't want. That's what you want to prevent no matter what. Why even give them the opportunity to do that? So, and I know you are against all physical, like I said, you exactly. But plexiglass can stop you taunting. Hey, you want to put up plexiglass? I'm fine. That's where I'm trying to prevent the physical. You know, everyone talks about the mentality. New York is tough as it is here. So, um, exactly. Exactly. That's the only thing I'm concerned with, man. I don't want to see some fans stupid enough to do something and, end up in jail or worse, you get your ass beat down. So, but last thing I want to touch on real quick deals with college football, my number one love, my number one sport. And I'm going to give you my top 25. So, coming in at number one, the Georgia Bulldogs. There's nothing that needs to say. Number two, there. Ohio State is at number three. They're the best team in the Big Ten right now, and until they get that big win, they're basically going to be locked into number three unless they lose along the way. Alabama is starting to prove itself, especially under Coach DeBoer. So I definitely think that. Oops, I forgot to take down that screen. Sorry, guys. All right. So, but yeah, that's Alabama is starting to get into a groove, especially with a new coaching staff, a new offense. So they're growing. Miss Ole Miss is there now. The funny thing is, yes, I'm heavily biased um, to the SEC, and anybody knows me knows I'm Big Ten through and through. But the SEC is showing that they are the big league right now. So now on the flip side, a lot of these teams are going to play each other, so they're going to be knocking each other off out of the rankings. But this is what I'm looking at. Tennessee is at number 6. I have Penn State at number 7, Missouri at number 8, Oregon at number 9, Utah rounds out the top 10. I have Miami at number 11, USC at 12, Oklahoma at 13, Oklahoma State at 14, Kansas State at 15, LSU at 16, Arizona at 17, Michigan at 18, Notre Dame at 19, Louisville at 20, Washington at 21, Clemson at 22, Nebraska at 23, Iowa State at 24. And here's going to be a shocker for some of you guys. Boston College at number 25. I'm sorry, I said, I'm sorry, Iowa State at 24. So, and Boston College at 25. So that's my top 25 in terms of college football. So there you have it. Go ahead, rip it apart, have fun with it, So, and as the immortal Stephen A will say, but it's fluid. It's fluid. It's going to change as the season goes along. So, but I want to thank everyone for being here. Peace, Iman. Iman, thanks for being here. Nothing but love and respect. We're about ready to get out of here because I know everyone's going to get ready to go over and watch the Jets game. Alex, great contributions today. Thank you, brother. NYG, always nothing but love and respect, bro. Deception, Mets, some great comments. I love that. I love the this one. So I have to admit that I got to chuckle out of that. Nimar, man, I appreciate you, brother. Always, man. Thank you for always being here. Bookends, thank you for being here and contributing, man. Steve, you were at the beginning, so you've been here. So Man Cave, brother, always good job. Keep doing your thing. Tyrone Hall, thank you for being in here, contributing to some great conversations today on this Reading Attack Live. You guys have really, taken this episode, to the beginning. Wales, thank you. And if you weren't here at the beginning, go back, rewatch it. I really went after it. Starting with the Tyreek Hill incident, and then into the coaching with Coach Prime. Coach Prime got my rap today too. So, definitely go back and watch it. Kumar, thanks for being here. Q Burrow brother, thank you for being here. Daniel Burry, as always, you're always one of the first ones in here. So thank you to everyone. I appreciate you all. To all my sponsors, to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, the Hardcore Sports Network. You guys give me a platform to get my information out there. So thank you. Make sure everyone subscribes to everyone, hits notification, shares, likes on all the platforms so it can continue to grow. So, but with that being said, you'll catch me around. Go ahead. Let's get ready for the Jets game, Jets 49ers. Hope you have a great day. And with that, as I always say in sports, make sure you turn it on and turn it up. Peace.
Yo, it's Coach Ed. Got the insights, no boats. From the rookies in the youth leagues to the seasoned pros, ladies balling. Fellas fighting all around the globe. Breaking it down dynamic. Tune in, listen up. Don't want to miss the flow. It's Coach Ed Reed and Attack the Sports Show. From the courts to the field, he's got the stats. Dropping knowledge is where the real fans at. So stand up, get ready for the play. Wave your arms in the air, let's hear you say. Coach Ed, our mentor on the mic. Breaking down the game, every highlight. Analyzing plays, court the turfs the like. Youth leagues, college dreams, pro spotlight. Tackling the facts, defense or attack. He's got the vision, shows you where it's at. We grab the scoop, no stone left unturned. In Coach Ed's realm, the knowledge earned.